there's a place ya chipo pale boda si boda Nduaru ile kona Nduaru. So hiyo time bado tuko Ithaka. Tulikuwa Mudhama bado. So nimepewa 10 bob. I have 10 bob with me. I think I was being given it was 15 bob. 5 bob ilikuwa kwa shule. Then break ya 5 bob. So kwenda kurudi 10 bob na break ya 5 bob. So 15 bob. So I sacrifice the break and sacrifice 5 bob ya kurudi because there is cheapos at 10. pale nini Nduaru hiyo kona. Now I don't know what happened. Ikasemekana tulipata I left the church but I didn't leave God.
Inakuwa attack.
Oh wow.
Hey. Kisha.
Leaders wa kanisa choose the sin that is bad and right. Like tuseme elder wa kanisa ako na familia yake kando, but akiona youth anaongelesha msichana attack the
but
youth.
Ako in the the
children.
Manze Friday ako pale Habanos na mrembo.
We had something for you. All the way from Dubai.
I'm gonna joke. What? Great to have you here at the Thriving Millennials podcast, where we give you therapy
you never thought you needed.
Yes, the whole crew is here, and today the male in the cab of crib of cabs. Okay. Wait, tunaendelea. Oh, okay. Okay. The male in the crib of cabs, I meant to say, mtu acheke, mtaenda home. All right. So we're right here, and so I'm your host today, by the way. That's what I wanted to say. Adi email lost, but anyway, here we are. We want to talk about Gen Zs, right?
And first of all, we're subscribed. Sorry to interject. Guys, you're still not subscribing. We are really enjoying the interaction, the watching. But please, aki tu supportini. By the way, please subscribe. Let's pause kidogo. Watu are subscribe.
Click that button.
Yes, and it's free of charge. Atuwalipishi kitu, by the way.
All right. So amazing. So it's great to have you. Thank you for the support to Naona Manze Mume streaming on all our platforms, Thriving Millennials, and it's amazing, and we're so grateful. And so 25th of June 2024 marked a significant day in the calendar of Kenya, where we had the Gen Zs come forth and they literally took over parliament, you know, and they caused a stir and the country came to a standstill. And you're seeing the same with the country of Nepal, where the Gen Zs have come out to call against corruption, misappropriation of funds, and we are seeing an uprising of youth, and it's big time. And we want to ask ourselves, what is happening with this generation? Why is it that they're asking questions that have never been asked before? And just a recap is that some of the generations we've had is baby boomers, that's 1946 to 1964, Gen X, that's 1965 to 1980. Millennials are from 1981 to 1996. That's why I'm the mid-gen, juu hapo ndio naingilia. Then Gen Zs, official, ako hapo, and I represent 1997 to 2012. And then wazito ndio hawa, Gen Alpha. By the way, au bado tujawajua. I think with time tutaona venye wako. It's up to 2024, so I don't know which is the other generations, because from this year there should be now upcoming another generation.
Gen Beta.
Beta. Oh, hey, sawa. So bado tuna move. So wako ni Alpha.
Alpha, yes.
By the way, when you mention you are fast.
Yes.
You have conversation with that kiddo.
Yes.
Si mchezo. Also our director, pia akona alpha mahali. So this is another generation still. But naona kama wana borrow cues from Gen Zs. But boldness ya Gen Zs.
Gen Z.
What can we
Gen
say?
Z Pro Max.
What can we say?
Absolutely. And the first thing we want to ask ourselves is this. Is it the best time to live in history? Because probably you'd say at this time, information is at our fingertips. I don't know how many times we have a conversation with Angie. When we talk about something, she's like, ChatGPT, mara hiyo. I'm like, yeah, it's become a thing. For us, it was Google. Sasa hata Google imeanza kusaulika, you get? Yeah. So it gets to a level, and even it's becoming part of what we do, AI, in editing videos, in doing our presentations. You're just putting up an idea, and then you're given a whole document, na inakusaidia. And akina millennials hao walikuwa wanaandika documents and documents, yes. Mathesis, na unafanya without any assistance. And so we are finding technologies on the peak. Look at the confidence. Like young people, Gen Zs are able to express themselves and say what they believe in just very confidently. But let's see what are the thoughts from the team here. Hey, tuanze wapi? Nani anasikia kuanza? Right here.
Yes. I think it can be both, depending on how you look at it. First of all, it's one of the best times to be alive, because things have been made so easy. Like we are leveraging on technology to do everything. Like you can be more efficient. You everything that you're doing is now pro max. Like you're doing everything in a better way. For example, you're trying to come up with an email or something. You just tell ChatGPT, this is what I want, please write it, and then you just edit, send, So it's making our lives quite easy. Again, the world of entertainment. Can you imagine the lives we were living without mobile phones? Umeingia kwa mat, sahi, you're going to town. Na mbona napenda tao sana.
It was a thing.
So
you're going to town. There are no phones. So kazi tu ni uangalie miti. Now if you look, everyone is on their phone. We are getting entertained. We're in the era of social media, where social media has even opened up so many opportunities for young people, old people. Again, we're in the era where you don't need to market. You don't need to go to a TV station to market your products. You just post a video on TikTok. We are living in such a good time. But you can only look at it from a positive side if you're leveraging on technology. Now, on the flip side, why I think it's a tough time to be living in, the world has become even more competitive. Like if you were to stand in the middle of the street and ask, nani ako na degree?
Ziko zote, ziko all over.
Nani ako na
even masters.
PhD
ndio ina mafan sana.
Exactly. So what is happening is the opportunities hakuna mtu perfect.
Hata tujasikia.
So the opportunities are becoming less and less, and you need to now push yourself. Whatever you're doing, you have to take it a notch higher. It's just not okay to just have a degree. You have to go do your professional certifications. It's just not okay to open a business at your shop. No, you have to get the best products. You have to advertise it. So it's a very competitive world, and it's forcing us to do a lot more than people who were in previous generations had to do.
Interesting. Is it the best time, Angie?
Well, I'm going to be a little bit biased.
Biased. Okay.
But yes, the way she says you're doing more, but it's easier because now there's technology. Like the older generation didn't have those, like generation ya kitambo wako wanajua what's happening right now in another country, but right now everyone knows what is happening in, for example, Nepal. Like, technology is here with us. So hata ukifungua hiyo biashara, you're like, let me check what they do in China so I can do it in Kenya. You see? So it's easier. Yes, you're working more hard, but it's easier. You're working smarter, not harder.
Yes.
Hey, got it. Yes.
Noma sana. Okay, so good one, good thoughts there. Now, we still on the same, but now a follow-up question is, when we talk about unemployment, right? It has been considered by many as a ticking time bomb. When you look at the statistics, the number of graduates you're getting, almost 1 million per year, who are being churned out to the job market. But the job opportunities that are there, they are quite less. As you've mentioned, now so many people are educated, they have the papers, they have so much skill. But you can imagine that person, they still want to have families, they want to develop their lives, and they have no opportunities. And maybe that's why the frustration. We've seen numerous days when watu wanaamua tu Monday ni holiday. Na amtakuja tao by the way, mtasumbuliwa. You know? Because people, they have nothing to lose by the way. Ana job ya kuluza, ana familia kuluza, wako like, shop, wacha kuchomeke, kanuke, karibike, you know? But the question is, how true is the ticking time bomb theory? And more than that, how bad is it? You know, is it something we need by the way to be scratching our heads to be like, where? We need to have a conversation? Or it's not as bad as you think. Maybe the online jobs ni mingi, maybe, you know, content creation and other things are there. What are your thoughts?
Okay. So I think for me, what I would say is, every change in technology or any change in the way things are done requires a change, also an adjustment of change of how you look at things, right? And I would tell you, what we're saying, the jobs that we're saying are no longer available are office jobs, white collar jobs. However, even as we move, there are jobs that, for example, when our parents were growing up, the Gen Xs, I remember my dad giving us this example by then. We mentioned our dad a lot. He's the OG. He's the OG.
The real guy.
Dad used to tell us his mom used to sweep. She was a city council cleaner, Nairobi City Council. And now my shosho, now my grandma, was grooming my dad to become a cleaner like her. So she was trying to see, once I retire, how can I fix my son here, you know? And my dad keeps saying he was not imagining himself cleaning the streets. And he refused. Oh, no, I think something happened and he was rigged out.
Actually, he was rigged out. Opportunity lienda.
Actually, yes, opportunity
but
lienda.
But of course, because of frustrations.
He was rigged out.
Then,
Exactly. He was rigged out, And so when they were growing up, the only thing they knew how to do is to do what my father does.
Na kuandikwa kazi.
Maliza kazi. I mean, maliza kusoma. Tukutafutie kazi. However, there's a change, a shift of mindset. And if you stay fixated to the fact that the only reason you're going to school is for you to get a white collar job, then hizo jobs ukweli haziko. That's a fact. Why? Because unfortunately our government is not encouraging industries, manufacturing, because how are jobs created? Factors of production, capital, you know, how are jobs created? Manufacturing, agriculture, industrialization, exactly. And when that is not happening in a country, then definitely the number of opportunities versus the graduates who are coming out of uni is actually, there's a very big disconnect. However, there are now new opportunities that have come up. For example, you can do remote jobs because we're in the era of internet. You can be in your house and you're working somewhere in India. You're a customer service officer somewhere, I don't know, in Bangladesh, you know? So I feel like, yes, there's a job issue. However, we need a change of mindset as to how we look at unemployment. What is unemployment? Unemployment is, okay, how do we look at not having a job? Sina job is not I'm not employed. Question is, what can you do with what you have?
Because the question is income.
Ukweli, yes, at the end of the day, we are all looking for income. Even that person who's employed, like me, the reason why we are employed, the main reason is because we want an income, right? So the question is, one thing that as young people even need to realize, by the way, the number of office jobs, very few, and chances of you getting them, again, getting lesser by the day. Yeah? But what can you do with what you have? So I think there needs to be a shift of mindset, and how then can we leverage technology to actually create more opportunities.
Whoa. Hey, deep stuff. Yeah. Ticking time bomb. Your thoughts?
Well, on her notes, I'll say what she's trying to mean. Okay, I'd say, ukisema people wajue how to utilize what they have to create a job. I feel like hiyo pia inafaa kuja kwa education system. Us growing up, it used to be how to be book smart. You get an A, but right now it's how to be street smart.
Yes.
Because now, my dad says this a lot. Once again, my dad. Kama engineering, like utapata they are using kitabu ya 1990 kwa shule, but that's not, hiyo gari yenye wanasema ya 1990 hata iko, like they don't exist. But if you fix your mind, mimi hivi ndo nifunzwa kwa kitabu, ni nitafanya, utaumia. But now when you think about, I have done engineering, let me use it, the theory part to be the practical part. That's being street smart. So that is something we were never taught. We have come to realize it on our own. Like, manze yenyewe kitabu itakusaidia. You need to learn streets inasemaje. Streets inataka, you find the gap. If the gap is, tuseme there is no biros, uko like, I can supply biros, na hii gap itaisha and I'll earn an income. So that is something that is supposed to be taught in school for Gen Alphas. Ndo wajue, yes, you can be book smart, and we are not dismissing book smart, but how about street smart? Penya aje kwa nini, kwa streets. Yes,
I get
nice.
it.
So survival.
So do we need a change? Sorry, do we need a change in an overhaul? Let's not call it a change. An overhaul in the entire education system. Yeah.
Well, yes. Because ilikuanga cramming. To be honest, exam ilikuanga you get an A in chemistry, hata ujui nasema, but ulikram asubuhi ukapita.
And Vasco da Gama.
And that's all. Yeah.
Unakram, bora umeweza kuleta kenye umeshika kwa mind, uandike hapo.
I remember in high school, mwalimu wako like, hii iko kwa textbook. Mimi nilikuwa nataka ujibu venye iko kwa textbook. You're like,
so you have to cram.
Sentence by sentence. It doesn't even make sense. Juu utashika.
Na itakusaidia hapa nje kwa streets. What are you cramming now?
Probably it's the idea baby even behind CBC, the whole thing about children being encouraged to be good at what they are. But I don't know if it will be well executed. I
feel like it's not okay. I have a lot to say about that. But I feel like the how is the problem. They have a vision. They have, it's good.
The idea is there.
The idea is there. However, the how is where we are not getting. And the reason is because the people who are coming up with this CBC are still Gen X. Sasa, how do you solve a
so the
problem
same idea
that you don't understand? But they bring Gen Z's on the system, you know?
I'm telling you. That's why even if you check, ICT is not yet well ingrained. There's a time we were promised laptops all over. But as you were saying, problem me, kusoma na laptop kwa like
sana shanga.
Exactly.
Kwanza zidi kusoma na ile ink. Kuna ile ink ya nini? Unafinya hivi.
Fountain pen.
Imeharibu kila kitu. So is anawaandaa tutakuwa na tablet mtoto wa class 2 grade 2, you know?
Ni kuwatoa.
Let me tell you one thing that I don't like, where we're in class tunaandika notes. Why are we copywriting books?
And that was a thing. Oh my goodness.
Why are we copywriting books? The teacher, instead of teaching you, is reading notes. Why do we need that? Like, why? Because exactly, what are we doing?
Notes.
That's not education.
I've never even thought of that.
What you're doing is photocopying. Yes, we are photocopying. You're publishing.
Where?
In fact, inaitwa copyright. You're there publishing. Holiday homework mumepewa. sijui right from
From
page
here to
1 to
here.
100.
What is that? What are we doing? Surely.
Teachers in the house, mwalimu wa math.
Hey, no. Hey, mwalimu
Mwalimu
wa
wa
math
math.
itabidi uchange. Yeah.
The concept was when you write,
Yeah.
you'll understand more.
No, but just take short
Allah.
notes. Yeah, just take
Hey.
short notes. Take the highlights, understand. And that's a problem with the system. Yeah,
Summarize ikuwa ni
Say ni kuphotocopy kitabu. We are photocopying.
zijaze kuzijaza. Wow, what a conversation.
yeah.
I've never even looked at it that
Yeah.
way. And I'm hoping it will change. And that's why there are parents who are really investing in their children. I know of a parent who is actually homeschooling. And
Wow.
that of course takes courage.
That's on
because you have all
another
teachers
level.
coming to your house. And sasa
Oh,
wewe ndio
so it's
principal wa
not-
hiyo shule. So wewe ndio una call the shots. Atasoma nini, atalala saa ngapi,
Okay, I think that takes away the social element of
Yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah. And
Because we don't
survival
just
skills.
go to school to read. There's the social element.
Yeah.
You interact with people. You
Yeah.
grow also your soft skills.
Yeah.
So that's quite arguable.
And also quite
Walimu
expensive,
wanawapeleka swimming and football and soccer and church, so
Or they still
Watapale-
interact with people there. Okay. Yeah, makes
Clearly,
sense.
also generationally.
Yeah.
Actually,
makes sense.
speaking of which, that particular parent, who's my
Yeah.
friend, their kids are very good at soccer. Na napelekangu every Saturday.
you see,
Ah,
they be
okay,
like,
yeah, okay,
that's
fine. That's
socializing.
covered.
Oh,
That's covered.
okay.
Yeah, I think
Also,
yeah.
but of course, school
Yeah, there's something
is
we
because it's more time, and then sasa kuna
I also
ile
think
survival
so.
ya unajua unasaidiana kitu, yeye anakusaidia kama pencil yako imeisha, all that.
Yes, the
You
soft
know?
skills.
Yeah.
I think you really
Unaibiwa
need
kidogo.
school. Unaibiwa. Sometimes munakula fare. You walk home.
Let me tell you, I've never given you this story. Ni kama hapo umeniweza.
Ulikula
This is what
fare.
happens.
Eh?
Nilikuwa there's a place ya chipo pale boda, si boda, Ndwaru, ile kona ya Ndwaru. So hiyo time bado tuko Ithaka. Tulikuwa Mudhama bado. So nimepewa 10 bob. I have 10 bob with me. I think I was being given it was 15 bob. 5 bob ilikuwa kwenda shule. Then
Break ya 5 bob.
break ya 5 bob. So kwenda kurudi 10 bob na break ya 5 bob.
5
So
bob.
15 bob. So I sacrifice the break and sacrifice 5 bob ya kurudi because there is
Collected
cheapo za
bob.
10 pale nini Ndwaru hiyo kona. Now I don't know what happened. Ikasemekana
Mom.
tulipata nikiwa na chipo kwa sini kuficha.
Ground ifunguke umezwe.
I know mom was another one. She wasn't that expressive.
Yes.
Mom was very interesting because she was loving and she was easy, but hakuwa naongea sana.
Yeah.
So hata by the way, I don't know how she did talk, but I was so embarrassed because unexpected umeenda na gari. Sasa hivi niko na mwitu hivi chipo. Anyway,
Zilikuwa zinadonja, I'm sure. Greatness.
Anyway, that was just on the side. So
Yeah.
that's the whole conversation that tumeiona. So people, we need to have our children more exposed. Tulikuwa hapo mambo ya homeschooling,
Yeah.
but I think people are weighing options. But I think all of us are looking for the best for our children. I think we'll have a day, we'll have a conversation. Ama tuiguze kidogo before we continue. These international systems, kuko expensive. I'm like, ni compare tuko nayo ama I don't know.
I feel like, first of all,
Yeah.
school is a business. And one thing that school owners have managed to do very cleverly is to get the money out of our pockets. Why? They're creating this facade of, to be honest, most of these schools branded international are really not international.
Watu wetu tu kundi wanafunza. Yeah.
But the school has mastered the art of branding.
Hey.
Yes, and then now, because especially as millennial parents, tuko na ka competition. My child goes to sijui what
So and so,
international.
yeah.
They have mastered the art of getting the school fees from our pockets.
Where?
Yes. So the business is thriving. It's really thriving.
So they're tapping into a psychological psyche.
Yes, exactly.
And then there's the other conversation. Maybe, Angie, you can tell us. I don't know if it's me. It looks like, of course, now we're talking about the solutions about getting the education practical.
Yeah.
Those systems look like they're training children only to fit outside Kenya. It's like a direct pathway. Ukimaliza tu hivi,
when the UK,
you go.
when the
Is that your sense, ama you feel like you can still be here, but somewhere it just looks.
Let Angie talk.
As you're loading, yes.
It looks better ukienda.
In a flow.
International students, international.
Alafu ukaya hapa ufungue shop pale.
It's giving. Wow, alienda
travel the world.
Kumbe ana shine. Get.
Okay.
Like sasa hiyo, and then wazazi pia wanataka show off. Unajua wangu wako Canada.
Ako Canada.
Yes. Sasa wewe stoke vaka share UK ile. Visa application.
Yes.
All right.
I feel like also there's a way the children are being too, I don't know how to put it in a good way. They're being too softened. And because of that softening, it's hard for them to survive in this Kenya. Toa mtoto international school mbeleke KU akavute bangi. That child will not be able to survive. Like, it's too hard for them compared to a child who's come from a normal
especially
system and gone to a high school, you know, a public high school. They're able then now to now transition into public public university. Now the problem is, this child has been in international school. Then in campus unataka ende public uni. It doesn't work. It won't work. So that's why it's easier for that child to just transition and just fly out for further studies because they are not conditioned that way. Yes, they are not conditioned
so
that way.
Somehow, I feel like we are creating personnel job, a caliber of children who are fit for the Western world. Because cheki, hata unapata those children just speak English. Hata hivi ongea Kiswahili. But anaanza kuja Kiswahili. Because me, I'm fighting for whatever wajue local language, but still we're prepared for them.
That's a whole topic on its own. Because it's first of all, the question as a parent is what is your vision for your child, When you look at your child, what are you preparing them for? And because of this era that we are in of social media, we are not preparing our kids to just stay in Kenya.
Or to give them wings
exactly.
to fly.
If your child can speak in English, let me be biased and use English for example. If they woke up and landed in China, at least one person in China will be able to understand what that child is saying. Versus when your child only knows your local language, exactly. So what you're doing, I don't mean don't teach your children other languages, but for me, I look at it as what is the language that they will use most in their lives, because as we're speaking right now, we are speaking in English. So they will use English more than they will use the local language. And I don't mean they shouldn't learn, but let them first of all understand, and get good orator skills or language skills in English or even in French or whatever it is that will help them in the future. And maybe that is why most parents of today, millennial parents, Gen Z parents, if they have started being parents, are really teaching their child. Most of their children are speaking in English, and I know some people are like, ni maringo, ndo mtu asemange my child speaks in English. Okay, maybe there are those ones who look at it in that petty way, but I feel like there's a bigger picture as to why most schools are encouraging the children to speak in good English.
You see, all of this has stemmed from the unemployment story, which means it's a very deep-rooted thing, such that, you see, we've gone to what skills do you have, the mindset, because we were like, you were taught to cram, and now the world expects you kuwe mjanja, ujue to source
Street
materials
smart,
and sell,
yeah.
ujue what the marketplace wants. So, and now the conversation we've ended up with the education options that we have.
Yeah.
But now, out of that a bit, we now ask ourselves, technology, as you said, has grown big time. Formerly it was Facebook, became overrun by Instagram, TikTok is there, Snapchat, all of these platforms, AI, ChatGPT, and all of these other platforms that we have that we are using every other time. But now we want to understand, one of the biggest complaints I get from parents, because I work a lot with young people and now with their parents, and when they have frustrations, I get that, to see how we can have conversations of how to improve is, ma teens wanashindanga kwa simu, right? Ati afadhali ashinde kwa bedroom, ashinde na simu. So you're like, is it that
Angie can relate a lot.
Ana relate hapo. Basi unatuambia why? Kwani mnashindanga kwa simu ya? Because the question is,
not Gen Z's
the question
only.
is,
Yeah.
is the technology making us lazy or we are more efficient? More efficient in this way. There's someone who told me, I just need a laptop and internet. I can survive anywhere in the world.
Yes. Yes.
Because akona concept ya kama for example ni msee wa forex trading.
Yeah.
Hata kama ako Bangkok ama ako Germany, bora tu ako na net yake, anafanya vitu zake and ana survive, anakula, and he is able to run or she's able to run their lives well. So you get to the level and ask, so that's efficiency, because if with a laptop I'm doing magic, you know, I'm having a livelihood, I'm moving my things. So you get to understand that's efficiency. You don't need sijui poster, tulikuwa tuma letters kama na poster.
You don't need to pay for office space,
transport and all these other things.
Yeah.
But phone addiction is real.
Yeah.
Sasa hiyo kiza kumesahau phone unasikia kama
Hiyo siku nayo imebo.
What hivyo legs kupotea. You feel like the world has come to a standstill.
To somewhere where there are lights.
I know, like, we are so drawn to TV, phone, especially internet. I think that's the hugest thing. Tuanze na, kwani mnakaa kwa simu sana? Yeah.
First of all,
I'd
say, hata hao wazazi wanakaa kwa simu.
Yeah, by the way.
We are all phone addicts, by the way.
Hata hao wazazi,
it's an era issue.
Yes.
Hata huo mzazi akiwa sitting room, Facebook
kwa simu
ni volume yote, you won't hear what you're seeing, utasikia yake. So siniende tu bedroom, nisikie yangu kwa tukiwa sitting room.
Kila tumia simu yake.
Another thing, I think parents also have not accepted technology 100 fully. Like kwako ni mzuri, hata mimi niko na simu, mimi ndio nafaa kuwa nayo. Huyu mtoto ni mdogo sana. Okay, plus parents haonangi tumegrow. Like bado wewe ni katoto kale kake.
Wachana na hizo simu.
16, 13 huyu mtoto wangu bado. This is my baby. But generally that baby is grown. Kwa simu ataona like kuna models, teenagers, like kwa simu unaweza pata opportunities. Exactly. Kuna forex, kuna sijui what writing.
Forex mnaimention.
Amesema kuna writing. Writing doesn't need exactly. There's a lot of information in the phone.
Like skills you can learn also online.
So kukaa kwa bedroom nenye sa Facebook.
However,
100%.
let me throw a spanner in the works on that. What are we using the phones for? And yes, we know there are amazing things you can do with your phone. But the question is, are we really using it?
I see skill unasoma kwa your bedroom.
Most of the time, let's be honest. This person will not be doing forex trading. This person will not be doing
serious stuff is less time.
They will not be researching about US stock exchange,
New
York stock exchange. They will not be improving their skills. They will be seeking entertainment.
Chai
ni chai tunafuata tuache kudanganyana. Let's be real.
Like it's everyone.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, to be honest, and let's be very honest with ourselves, because sisi wote tumegonjeka. We are all addicted to our phones, and very few people are using technology for the right reasons or to grow themselves. Most of us, me entertainment.
Yeah.
But anyway, on that note, please subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
But you know, apparently that being hooked to gadgets is
Yeah.
bringing social anxiety. Literally, siku hizi ukienda kwa wasee, everyone wants to, the default ni hapa. Hata kama kuna kitu unadu, hata unaweza kuwa una scroll tu hata
Ama una bundles.
Bele una bundles. Sipati hujapewa wifi, so you're like hivi tu. But the default kabla ya default kwe
pesa messages.
na kudelete ma storage. Juu storage sasa imejaa.
Gmail imekwambia hiyo Gmail is running out of capacity.
Nataka kununua extra. So unapata the social anxiety. Yani kitambo default was let's get to know each other. So unajua I was being even told you should not go on a flight ama travel ujajua mwenye ako next to you. And by the miracles have happened with people even on transit. Unapata watu wanapata jobs, watu wanapata connections. There's someone who got a Chinese.
Umesahau watu wanapata bwana mabibi. Very important. Very important.
Yes.
By the time fike mali mnafika.
You're sorted.
Yes.
Right? So but unapata sa with the gadgets thing and so like, kila mtu ako like venye me mention because hata wewe uko busy ndio wanaenda room juu hata unaonekana you're occupied. But now how do you deal with it? What's the future? Kama si tuko this bad because as you've mentioned by the way hata si Gen Z peke yake na millennials.
It's all of us.
Gen X by the way kila mtu hata wazazi. Basi nile shosho wa TikTok analalanga live.
Oh really?
Saa 8 tafu analala na live. So by the way hii kitu imekata cross generations.
Yes.
It's hooked us. Where's the future? Plus these guys akina Mark Zuckerberg and okay I don't know if I should mention but the guys who are running the social media platforms, they are having so much data yet and then they are learning our mannerisms. Because that's how they're able to know algorithm, you know. Wanajua kenye unataka. Have you ever opened an app just what you are thinking inakuja?
Every time.
It even listens. You talk about something, you scroll on TikTok, you see it.
So what's the future? Unajua artwork is a press button, they can rain havoc. Like protest the last year zote zilikuwa online. It was bedhi ulikuwa watu wametokea, they are planned but kila kitu iko kwa simu. Kila kitu ni online.
You know, the other day we were saying that maybe this thing that we were told CG there will be a beast 666 I don't know what and then tukasema ama ni AI because if you look at it AI is learning our mannerisms
it's an animal,
as human beings.
Yes,
and then it has more mental capacity than us. So the other day we were saying, what if one day AI is inaturushia nuclear bombs? Labda that was what God said when he said the end of the world. Labda tulikuwa tumalize na AI.
Iseme out of tubeba ufala.
Because
we are connecting the system.
Right now, if you look at your internet, for example, I mean, your phone knows where you live, right? Google knows. Where you work, it can see where you've been the whole day, right? It knows what you're saying. So we are not safe. At the end of the day, we have given
our information
all our IP
there.
rights, all our, what is that nini called? Person, zikoko, tumeziscan. Yes, it knows. On LinkedIn, we've said everything, we've studied, we've attached.
Kila kitu iko out there.
Yeah, there's no data security, nothing. Yeah. So we were saying one day kitu takuja kutumaliza. Maybe this is the proverbial end of the world.
Call us prophets if you may, but man, it's not a joke. Like the era we are in, with technology, we need like to be very careful. Like snap ya ku
but
change
how will
vitu.
you be careful?
Where? All you can say is try what you can. To manage because the whole of that conversation is the same way someone wraps a bomb around them and blows up a mall. What if an evil person now gets access? And of course we've seen hackers
they
do
not
crazy
even
things.
get access. The AI itself can work against us. and I had to finish all human beings.
Cassandra.
And then it can launch nuclear bombs.
Tutapause hiyo conversation. Naona it's going south from here.
It has started to go south.
We need a topic here, conspiracy theories. Watu wenye wana plan ku end the world.
So many movies
It's
about
a big
that.
thing.
Now
It's a big thing,
a reality.
and it's becoming real, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, we want to finalize on this. Still on Gen Zs.
Yeah.
One huge statement that is with the young people. I left the church, but I didn't leave God. Manze, sisi tumegrow up. Hivyo wenye unaona tuko watatu hivi.
Yeah.
There was our pew in church. It was not an option. Si kama unataka. Moni here will tell you, she knows the dress code ya church. She had the dresses that were specified.
Yes.
Yani ulikuwa unaona Monica tukienda church, then we used to do maybe an outing afternoon.
We change.
Yani alikuwa na outfit ya church na ako na outfit. Yani
Ya sherehe.
there is a system that was in us.
Yeah.
Kwanza COVID nilituharibu. All of a sudden, inatakuwa church without walls.
Yeah, we went
so
online.
Kila mtu online because churches were shut with COVID.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, kumbe naweza kuwa home. Na nisikie hill song. Kwanza ina slap. And I'm good.
Hey.
And so we are like, how can we go about this? Because don't forget, the devil, the enemy is still alive, So bado ana plot. So kama ni hizi online zetu tunasema hizi ma AI, anazitumia analeta negative content. You remember the guy who apparently killed the whole family? He was watching a movie. Yenye ilikuwa na killings. Yeah, I think it's out there. It was killing him.
Yeah.
He was watching that movie and he did exactly the same thing and killed the whole family. So you're like, how can we now come into this space yenye watu vitu traditional hawataki and or rather it's not vibing well with traditional, we used to do this. They're like, they're breaking their systems, but still want to reach them with faith and all that. How will religion look and how should we go about this conversation? Who wants to go first? Kuna mtu akona burning hapa.
I have a point here. We left church, not God.
Not God, yeah.
Inaku attack.
Oh, wow.
Hey. Kisha.
Leaders wa kanisa choose the sin that is bad and right. Hear me out. When you in the other episode, if you have not watched, run, you will know what we are talking about. But in the other episode, you had said, huyu like tuseme elder wa kanisa, ako na familia yake kando, but akiona youth anaongelesha msichana, ata-attack.
But yeah, ako in the own children.
Manze, Friday ako pale Habanos na mrembo.
And you may mention places. You're mentioning places.
Yeah, you see, but on Sunday, akiona, these guys are hugging. Ako like, youth, munapenda kwa. You see, they're choosing the sin. Muna choose sin.
Is it hypocrisy? Like,
I'd say yes.
There's a lot of hypocrisy in mainstream church.
And sasa
generally church.
Okay, in church.
What happens is there's a code. Apparently, there's even church language, shalom. Yeah. So
yes.
So
in fact, have you ever felt? Just funny. If someone who's religious or someone who's in the church texts you, have you ever felt the
judgment?
No, have you ever felt like you need to add, have a blessed day and put a
praise the Lord,
blessed sign? Like if I was texting Anje, I'd be like, shinda poa.
No, God willing.
Shalom.
God willing.
Unekai sign, thanks.
True.
So there's even hypocrisy.
Religious, being religious.
Being overly religious because you're dealing with that religious person. You're not being real. Now you have to add the to God
the spice.
So you see, for that, so for example, me, I go to like that club, I see, ule ni elda wetu.
Aha.
Ni club gani utaenda upatane na elda mase? Kwani unaenda kama kids?
No, watch our comment down below. if you've ever found someone in the church.
It happens, baby. It happens, yeah.
Happen.
Wanajifichanga. Hapana, kwenye brown bottle inakuanga kathamos katumaji tumoto. na lemon and ginger.
Let me tell you, squeezy, mimi I'll walk and mzee will be like, mrembo, kuja nikupeleke penye unaenda, karibia kaa hapa. I'm like, nimekuambia sijui mali, like they have the audacity to. So unasema wanajificha if they wanaweza nitoka barabara niambie kuja.
Better si wa church.
Wow.
Wacha tutete wa church.
Who told you si wa church? You see? So Gen Z wameona kama wewe ni elder wangu na alafu Sunday ako hapo yeye ndo anapeana Holy Communion.
Najua mambo yako, najua mambo yako.
Basi religion, if yeye ako against the
religion
ana pray, mbona ana preach water and then ana drink wine?
Wow. So I agree. I think that issue of facade is what the younger people are questioning, because like they can see the holes, but we are very strong. The church is very strong at covering. And like or trying to prove when we are 100%, but no one is 100%. And on that, maybe finally as we conclude, is that
niko na ka point.
Yes.
Anyway, so for me, what I wanted to say on that point is one thing that I've seen Gen Zs, if for example there's a Gen X here and there's a millennial and then there's a Gen Z, and we are told, guys, jump. The Gen X ataruka mbio sana. You know, because them, they were conditioned. Ukiambiwa kitu we fanya. Don't ask questions.
Orders first, questions later.
Then the millennial atasema niruke aje, niruke juu, niruke na side. Now, yes, the millennials were not really taught to question, but they were taught to do things maybe in a different way, maybe to improve. Even when they are unhappy about something, they don't really refuse to do it. They just find a better way ya kupenya. Then comes the Gen Z. Gen Z, jump. Mbona tunaruka? Why, you know? So this is a generation that questions things, and it's something that I really love because they want to ask us, mbona tunaendanga church Sunday? Mbona tuwezi enda Friday?
Alafu Monday ukwe
you know, like they want to question, and it's really a good challenge to even ask the older. Am I older? Anyway, like the generations. Because we are being now asked, okay, why is it that we do these things and why do we do them this way? Is there a better way of doing something? And then, is it a must we do it in the first place? Is it a must? Again, is there a better way or another way of doing this that will still give you the results or even give you better results? So I think I love your generation, baby. I love it. I really love it.
Huge. It's a big challenge because I think the whole conversation is, let's be real.
Yes.
Tuache kudanganyana. So
let's challenge status quo.
Yes. And then let it be that what you're saying is what you're doing. See, hapa unatuambia very, as we've said, you're preaching water and drinking wine. So kama ni black, white ni white, and it will be easy.
But let me throw another spanner in the works. So it's like this. Every freedom that you enjoy comes with a responsibility.
Absolutely.
There's always a price to pay. So also, even as we are challenging status quo, as we are asking why, let's not forget there's personal responsibility. There's a price to pay for the freedoms that we are enjoying now. So let's not think that it's only receiving. As Gen Zs, I think that's where we don't agree so much, because there's a price to pay for it. And I think we are very good at questioning, but we don't want to pay the price. Yeah, we don't want to get out of our comfort zone and higher. Now we have given you the freedom. Now do it. Then I'll go,
it's true.
So every freedom comes with responsibility.
Awesome. And again, there are those good things that you can borrow even from those traditional things. For example, community. If you check the way they support each other, when something there is loss, there is sickness, you get people support you even with hospital bills. They pray with you, even psychologically you're well. So those aspects that are good, we can pick them up.
Yes.
But your hypocrisy here, vitu negative, we put it aside. Wow. feels like we've only begun, but we have to call it a show as per this moment. This has been the Thriving Millennials. We're so grateful that you could have made time to be with us. Hoping you picked up something, enjoy the conversation.
Before you close,
yes,
we had something for you, producer.
Hey.
Get ready.
You know, we have this culture.
Wow.
Gifting. You know, we have not been giving presents in a like we only give you presents on your birthday in November. So we thought, why not change this? You know, we have Gen Zs here, you know, we are challenging status quo. We don't have to wait for birthdays to gift people, And what is the best way to give that? To give our very own, our only brother.
Where?
Gift. All the way from Dubai.
I'm gonna joke. What? Hey.
Open it.
It's about to go down. Are you as anxious as I am? Akisi mna prompt mtu. Mimi nilikuwa nafunga show. Guys.
Usifunge kwanza. Don't close.
Where? Why do I have a feeling it's about to go down? Where? I'm shaking, literally. Kaka nyama choma. Hey. What?
So we decided to gift you homemade mahari.
Mimi amna na binguni. Ameni binguni. Kuna mbengi mnaona hivi. Nani alikuwa hapo? Njoro. Na Morris. Kai. Njinyo.
Mahari.
Was it this serious? Hapana.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and eat mahamri.
Where? Kai. Hawa ni nani? Mimi nitabadilisha assistant.